Thank you so much for being here, for your support. I've got a story I want to share with you today. It's based on an article that I just published, and I wanted to put it on video because I just felt like it would express the emotion behind this particular topic a little bit more. And I'll be lucky if I get through this without going into tears, because it just shows the complexity of downsizing. And I just wanted to share it with you because I'm sure that a lot of you have gone through what I'm going to talk about. And that is, just dealing with something that you've lost and that you have to hold on to by holding on to their things. And the story starts for me, maybe about 8-9 years ago, when I was in transition, moving from the States to London. I had given up my job at Microsoft and I was moving into a new phase of my life. And so I had some packages. I had 39 boxes that had come back from a place where I was going to be working, and I'd never opened them. And before I moved, I had to open them all, and I had to decide what to do with them. And I was going to get down to 200 items. That was my goal. And I did actually get pretty close, and that was, getting rid of clothes and even things like art and paperwork. I scanned everything. I've written about this on the website. But one morning I got back from a trip. I'd been to Brazil for Christmas to visit my son and his wife, and it was just a most beautiful, simple time, and I was feeling very nostalgic. But I got up early in the morning, 3 o'clock, and I decided to open a box and have a go. I was doing them one at a time, and so I opened this box, and the first thing I grabbed was, and I didn't mark them, by the way. I didn't do the kind of in this box is, so I didn't know what I was opening. And inside the box were all the little things that belonged to my little dog, Chica. And I had lost Chica a couple of years before, and like anyone that's lost a pet will know what I went through. And Chica was like my little angel. She was a Chihuahua. I actually had ordered her by mail order because I wanted a blue Chihuahua, a gray Chihuahua, like one that I had before. And I just love them. I love the color. I love the faces. I love their temperament. I love little Chihuahuas. And so I got Chihuahua from a Chica from a breeder. And when she arrived, it was just love at first sight, and little big ears. And she sort of almost tipped over. They were so big compared to her little body. But as she grew, we realized that she wasn't well, and she had a disease, a thing that had been with her since her birth, and it just got worse and worse as she got older. But she did live a couple of years, and for me that was just a gift. But I could tell you the story of Chica, and I do actually cover a little bit of this in the article. The fact that she came into my life at a time when I was going through some sad experiences, and she filled this huge gap, as pets do. I mean, pets are like that. And I won't put this in the same breath, but so are people. Like when we're with a person for a very long time, they become part of our life. And when we lose them, part of us is gone, and we want to hold on to everything that we can that represents them in our life. We just don't want to let go of anything. And I know I've spoken to some women who have lost husbands, who they just have all their clothes and they just cannot let them go. And not that Chica is not a comparison, but it's similar in the intensity. I mean, anyone who's lost a pet knows the grief with losing a little pet can be worse than any other pain. It's very hard. You feel so incredibly responsible. But anyway, so back to the box. So in the box was her little teddy bear she used to sleep with, and this monkey that she loved to cuddle up with. There were all her little coats, because we lived in Seattle and it was always rainy, and so I had little coats for her, and also her little collar. And it was a little collar, a pink collar with little rhinestones on it. And that was little Chica's collar. And, when she died, I just couldn't breathe. I just felt like I would have to carry these things with me of hers, to the end of the earth. I couldn't let them go ever. But as I sat there with my hat on of wanting to get everything down to a certain number of things, items, I thought, Chica is not in these things. You know, Chica, of course, is in my memories. That is primarily where my little heart is connected to her. But I don't need the teddy bear or the monkey or the coats or the urn. That was the other thing, of course, her little urn with her ashes. All this was in this box. And I just decided, you know, what's really Chica is in one rhinestone on that collar. You know, I don't need all the other things to remember and remind me of how much she meant to me. And so I decided to let them go. And it was a really hard decision because well, for one thing, they'd been in the box for so long. Part of me realized that was not what was carrying my memory of Chica. But I decided to take the little toys, the stuffed animals, to the Salvation Army. I washed them and took them over there, and they were great. And then the little coats I donated, and a few other things I just gave away. And the urn I buried. I decided to bury it in a place that I would visit and was special. And that was a hard decision where to make that be, because it's not where I am now. But, you know, as I said, what was really important was the depth of the intensity of the feeling. And so I kept the collar. And I have just moved myself again, and I don't have the box open that I can show it to you, but it's there, the little pink collar, and there's a picture in the article. There's a little picture of Chica and a little picture of the urn and the collar. And for me, that was it. You know, I was like, she embodied so much beauty and positivity in my life. I had to hold on to something. But that little collar was enough. That was, as I said, it even could be just one little rhinestone in the collar, because it's crystallized. The memory was crystallized into that place. So maybe this has been helpful to you too. And I do know that a lot of women in their 50s and 60s, and the women are in our community, have challenges with loss. They've lost friends, partners, lovers, important people, and they have got something that holds them to them. I've got one, for example, one bracelet that my ex-husband gave me, and I don't think I'll ever give that up, because even though it was sad to end the marriage, I wanted just one thing. I wanted just a simple thing that would remind me. And that's how it is, isn't it? As we live this crazy life, we attach ourselves to things. You can't give it all up, in my opinion. We can't throw everything away. We have to indulge ourselves in allowing a memory that's buried or contained in that thing, in the DNA of that item, and that's okay. So I guess what I'm saying is, learn to simplify is not just about throwing everything and giving it all away. It's about finding the essence of the memory and keeping that in some way in your life. Could be a picture. It doesn't have to be the real thing. But I hope that this has been useful to you. It's a really hard story for me to tell, and my little Chica is always in my heart, as I am sure that people you have loved and animals that you've lost are also important. But that's what this journey is about. It's so hard. Downsizing as you get older is different. It's different than any other downsizing experience. So I hope that this has given you something to put your thoughts around, and I'd love your feedback. What kind of memories do you have, or what items have you held onto that are associated with someone or a pet that you have lost? Please share with me. That would be really lovely to have that conversation. So thanks everybody again for being here, and thank you for your support for Learn to Simplify. Please check out our website, and just again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. Okay, have a very good day everybody. Bye-bye for now.